America was not winning.
America got their ass kicked. America got kicked back to the dark ages. 3-0. America got beat by a country that didn't even have a team 5 years ago.
Did they say that Venezuela is never qualifying for World Cup?
I don't think so. They haven't even had a team half the time they came forward.
So bad. And because the country was like all over itself, right?
Yeah. They can barely afford the team they have to fly them. Yeah. It's kind of weird though.
It's not typical warm up music.
Yeah, I went to a buddy's house in between the games, and was like, he was like, "Come on here." I was like, "I can't. I gotta do this." Goddamn, Brandon's making me do this.
You gotta go back and do some more soccer after freaking U.S. national team sucked it up.
I did drink there quite a bit.
Hopefully this team doesn't suck it up.
Boy, the not hearing each other thing really sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
I'd like to tell you that's a few times it's happened, but it's not.
I skipped the match recap on the last one. I hope you don't mind. I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed, and I don't want to write about that. I was like, if they win versus Dayton, then I'll just quickly throw it in there.
So if anyone's ponied up money to get their
Yeah.
naming
Yeah,
rights,
that's what I'm doing.
probably gonna say complain about that
Yeah.
every year.
How was the? How was the? Yeah, with that whole thing. Was it crap? Yeah. I was worried about it. It looks good today. Everything looks like normal today. So. Ours didn't even come in till the 10th minute. I can't even believe ours either.
Jace, on Periscope, the whole game.
But I don't think it came in till 10.
The whole game's on Periscope.
Really?
I watched it.
Um,
I'm pretty sure.
I couldn't see it registering till 10. So that's what.
Why should Kane Rebel play for Dayton? That upsets me. Come on, man.
Are these mine?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna write it all down.
No, that was a good call. It's clearly phony. Wasn't good.
Yeah.
At least the first time did.
Yeah. Real easy on you with the
They're
two
just
similar
they're
names.
just wannabes.
SKU North Soccer Complex for tonight's matchup between the Dayton Dutch Lions and your Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
I haven't turned it on yet, but yeah.
Tonight's officials, referee will be Matthew Katia, senior assistant referee Kevin Dakar, and junior assistant referee Hagen Kurd. And our fourth official this evening will be
Testing
Bill
1 2 3.
Gonzalez.
Testing 1 2 3.
And now introducing our starting lineups. First, the Dayton Dutch Lions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
What?
10.
Yeah,
1,
sure.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
This is
10.
Boston Brazzle forward of the
Bounce
Cincinnati
it.
Dutch Lions at Northern University Stadium.
Harvey Slade.
Bouncing.
Number 4, Jason Duvall.
Let's see.
Number 2, Louis Bulger.
Just
Number
Mike and
5,
Boston.
Eric Hutton.
It's Bulger.
Number 8, Jackson Dietrich. Number 13, Cameron Bell. Number
You
10,
good? You need
Tate
more?
Robertson. Number 7,
Testing, 1, 2,
Kingsford
3.
Adsay. And number
the
9,
game here.
Kristen Lyle.
Twitter
And
stream
now,
coming
for
online.
your Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
Just talking so she
Oh.
In the net, number 1, Wesley Storm.
Wesley Store.
Number 18, Kobe Seponamoa. Number 3, Nathan Heath. Number 16, Reese Hands. Number 27, Jordy Ramon. Number 4, Jessen Vanderbloom. Number 8, Connor Rutt. Number 22, Jesse Stafford Lacey. Number 7, Michael Hamilton. Number 19, Christian Kirchhoff. And number 14, Sebastian Andreasen.
You're tuning into the Cincinnati Dutch Lions versus Dayton Dutch Lions.
By Paul Nicholson, assisted by Brandon Ponchek, Jerry
USL
Nichols, Jack
2
Herman,
rivalry match
Arturo
of the
Rodriguez,
season.
and Joseph Fury. Everyone would please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to USL 2 Soccer. Tonight, the Path to Pro leads through Highland Heights, Kentucky, the rolling hills of northern Kentucky, as the Cincinnati Dutch Lions FC play host to the arch-rival Dayton Dutch Lions FC. Cincinnati will be in the orange and blue today, and Dayton in the white and blue shorts today. Mike Schmaltz alongside Boston Brazzle, and Cincinnati trying to rebound from a tough Friday night, a 3-0 loss to Chicago United FC.
Rebound is the key word on the night, Mike, for sure. And Cincinnati's looking to grab 3 points here against a Dayton team that hasn't exactly been rolling themselves. In fact, both teams come into this match with a similar record, and Dayton has fallen twice to the same team Cincinnati fell to on Friday. So this is very what I would call equal matchup, and it's going to be very interesting either way. And you know, on the plus side of it, somebody in the region's going to win, right? There's no way. There's no way an Ohio team loses today.
Well, it was a 1-1 draw the last time they met, and that was back on May the 18th. So this is the second of 4 meetings here this season, and we'll see how it turns out here in Highland Heights tonight. Temperatures are in the low 80s. Humidity's a little bit down. We got a nice breeze moving from right to left off your screen as you watch us here. Thanks for joining us tonight. See the LFC website and, of course, Facebook and Twitter, Cincinnati Soccer Talk. We're about ready for first touch here. Wesley Storm will start in goal for Cincinnati. It'll be Federico Barrios for Dayton. Dayton in at 2-2-1. Cincinnati 2-2-2 to start the evening.
Yeah, I think a hot topic tonight. Cincinnati starting without their normal forward, their number 9 in the match. So it's going to be kind of a mix-up here, and that's what you have to do in a weekend where you have multiple games. You have to have a little bit of rotation, and how Cincinnati responds to that really, I think, is the key to this game. Coming into this being the only team that has to play 2 back-to-back games.
And Cincinnati had a tough time cracking a very stout defense for Chicago United FC here on Friday night. And maybe that spurred some of the lineup changes here today as Cincinnati was able to play forward. Just every attack almost seemed to be cut off. Not a lot of great shots. They did outshoot Chicago United FC, however.
And it looks like Cincinnati will kick off today with the ball. I'll tell you what, Mike, I'm a little bit confused when it comes to saying we can't just say Dutch Lions today for the first time all year. You know, it's it could be either way, so we got to be real specific with the Cincinnati Dayton thing.
They shared the moniker, shared the colors, but quite distinct here tonight. Cincinnati in its home orange and Dayton in the whites. Cincinnati pressing on the first possession.
We'd like to thank our ball hawks for this evening. The kids joining us from Cincinnati United/Cup.
Strong defense here by Kingsford Ajay. He's out of Accra, Ghana. Plays for Quincy University. Good recovery here for Cincinnati. Ball across for Sapana Moa. Collected quickly by Barrios, and look at the long clearance as they go right to the attack.
Yeah, solid first minute out of Cincinnati right there, going straight for the goal.
Tristan Lyle ran on that long run for Dayton. Cincinnati able to turn. Good play there at mid by Cameron Bell. Bell out of Xavier University here in Cincinnati. Strong program with Andy Fleming at the helm. Good play forward opportunity here for Cincinnati. This is Christian Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff across and a header sent long.
Yeah, he knows it too. Smack of the hands.
That was Andreasen in front, and Sebastian had a good look at goal. Ball just a little bit high. Caught that on the rise on the jump. Unable to get it down. And Dayton quickly coming back to the attack. Good pace for both teams early.
A little bit of a spark here today for Cincinnati compared to Friday's match versus Chicago. We saw things take off a little bit for just a moment, and then it kind of died down. But you can see the enthusiasm here.
Chicago going out to the early lead, led 1-0 at the break, and really just protected that lead for most of the day. Were able to tack on a couple in the late in the second half. So Federico Barrios set to clear. Another strong clearance. They try to get out front. Good answer in the backfield there by Reese Hands for Cincinnati. Solid combination, but service sent long, and Louis Bolger going to be out there to collect for Dayton. Into our 4th minute early. Boston Brazel pulling double duty. He was watching the U.S. national team earlier here this afternoon.
That's right. We already have our first Facebook comment today, and Mark Steffenen wishing the Cincinnati Dutch Lions well, and said he hopes they play better than the USA did today.
Well, I didn't see it. You did, but looks like it's a better start here for the Cincinnati side than it was for the U.S. national side today. Connor Rutz plays in space for Cincinnati. It's now Dayton tightening up its forward defense. Long service in. Good run here for Cincinnati.
Flag down.
Jesse Stafford Lacey. Lacey sent it across, sent back. But now in the attacking third, and a throw in here for Christian Kirchhoff. So Panamoa to the corner. Stafford Lacey. Ball intercepted, sent out. Good speed here for Kingsford Ajay. Set forward. Knocked away by Stafford Lacey. Good recovery there for the Cincinnati defender.
Yeah, it's one of those you just want to get it out there and let your teammates catch up to the ball.
Seems like Dayton will have that speed out front all night tonight, so that'll be an interesting element to watch as this match develops. Dayton forced to play back. Barrios well off the line. Harvey Sleed tries to play forward. Cincinnati pressing the issue up front with Stafford Lacey. In space, our first whistle of the night. Tate Robertson knocked to the pitch.
You know, we appreciate you, those who are tuning in. Some Cincinnati fans that just said they are looking forward to someone winning here in the Queen City. It's been a dry spell of late, whether you follow the Major League Soccer team or the U.S. national team.
Ball in front, good rip, and a beautiful save there by Wesley Storm off the strike from Cameron Bell. So the Xavier Musketeer with a laser to the near post, and that ball just knocked away by Storm.
Wesley Storm, of course, returning from his suspension last Friday, and showing there why he is the starter. You know, McLaughlin, of course, having a really good 2 games in his absence, so a little bit of competition there at that goalkeeper spot.
First corner of the night for Dayton. Low service ball headed out. Collected nicely there by Robertson out of Bowling Green State University. Clear to the side, restart here for Dayton. Abdul Kouistra is in his second season with the Dutch Lions FC. Slade goes to work. Nice move there on Sebastian Andreasen. Ball sent to space. Good transition opportunity here, and that service just out of the reach of Andreasen. Beautiful turn defensively there.
Yeah, Hamilton just shoved up the ball.
There's Sapona Moa in, and his run cut off by a whistle. Ball transitions back to Dayton. Stay up to date with what's happening throughout the league. USL2 prospects. The new USLLeague2.com. Download the USL2 mobile app. Keep track of your favorite teams. They get them organized now, and Federico Barrios. Another long clearance. Rutzel handling space there for Cincinnati and depossessed. Robertson sent it forward, ball in front. Dangerous situation there, and Cincinnati able to recover. Now a transition opportunity.
Got some numbers, pretty even.
Good ball forward.
Gonna be offside.
Andreas sent it offside. Well, some different combinations up front here for Cincinnati, and able to fill in nicely there as they formed up that attack.
Beth Reichert asking about the average age of these kids, and you know, a lot of these guys are at that college level searching for those pro contracts. You know, you got freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors all on this team, as well as some guys that are out of school and really just looking for that next level experience, and that's why they're playing for Dayton and Cincinnati. And the USL 2 is really good. You've got 12 guys that have gone pro after playing for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
Run cut off again there. Barrios another long clearance, that time to mid. Jackson Dietrich tried to force the issue. Cincinnati able to turn, and Barrios again up to the top of the 18.
A little pressure on the ball. Keeper able to get it out of there.
Stafford Lacey plays forward for Cincinnati. Ball across the touchline, and another quick restart. Jackson Dietrich forward. Misconnection there for Cameron Bell from Abdul Kouissa.
Well, I don't know. That was close, but the ref had called it offside. I'm just not sure.
It's our officiating here tonight. Matthew Fodia, Kevin Fiker, Hagen Kurd, and our fourth official, Nabil Bensala. So an opportunity there, cut off for Cincinnati by the quick whistle. Now Dayton will give Wesley Storm a chance to clear here. 12th minute here in Cincinnati. One shot so far for the Dayton Dutch Lions. In a corner, Cincinnati yet with a shot on goal. Jackson Dietrich pressing the issue there on Storm on the clear. Cincinnati trying to organize out of the back. Yes, and Vanderplume gets the start tonight. Ball in and a fabulous turn there by Cincinnati. That was Michael Hamilton. Gained possession of the ball, turned between two defenders on that far side, and earned the whistle. Cincinnati forward, kind of ruts in. Barrios with a great save. Rebound in front, still in play there for Cincinnati. Nice clear.
Absolutely great run.
Just a quick slide to that seam, and Connor Rutz was in business there for a moment. Barrios again, well off the line. Came out to cut down that angle. Ball to space, good service to the right side. Cincinnati again forms. This is Kirchhoff. Service couldn't connect. So Ponomoa continues to press the issue. Wanted to whistle there and stop the play. And Dayton gladly took possession. Abdul Kuistra first on the defense there for Dayton. Kingsford Ajay, now Cameron Bell for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Works off for Eric Hutton. Now back for Ajay. Good technical work in and then turned away at the top of the 18. They'll try it again.
Ooh, that's going to be a dangerous free kick.
So now Dayton with its most potent chance of the evening. Cameron Bell had a nice shot for the Dayton Dutch Lions early, about 10 feet off the far post, and now a set piece opportunity here on the kick from Tate Robertson will take this.
You can always tell how bad a team wants it looking at how many players they have back towards that midfield line, and just having a 2-on-1 here, Cincinnati will only have a one-man advantage.
So Robertson over the ball, number 10. Ajay, number 7. Extended time here to set the mark. Tate Robertson finally has a spot. Robertson right into the wall. Cincinnati will try to play out. Christian Kirchhoff there with the clearance off the rebound. Dayton quickly back to the attacking half. Tristan Lyle controls. Looking for Robertson. Sapanamoa over there for Cincinnati. That ball driven across the goal line.
He did a really good job of not letting that ball hit him. For a second, I thought that was going to be a corner.
Well, Sapanamoa has played some great aggressive defense here for Cincinnati last couple matches. Certainly a solid showing there against Chicago United FC on Friday night. Earned a clearing opportunity here for the home side. 18th minute as that ball reaches mid. Good play by Vanderploom to get Cincinnati in business. Good service in for Andreasen. He had to send it back. Michael Hamilton controls. Play it back to the defensive half for Reese Hance. Hands a good ball forward, neutralized there in space. Harvey Slade over to make the play for Dayton. Kind of Rutz again in space. Rutz looking for help. Andreasen. Tough path there. Rutz fights his way through, gets the shot away, but a whistle before the strike.
Gotta love what Reese Hands is doing tonight. He's got that boot. He can boom that ball forward, and he's looking for those openings. Definitely keeping his team in the game.
Cincinnati definitely more forward-thinking here tonight in terms of transition opportunities with some longer balls out of the back. Play across. Here's Cameron Bell. Center. Flick forward. Tristan Lyle had it deep possessed, and Cincinnati again with a aggressive clearance to the side. Good work by Kirchhoff here in the mid.
Switching the field.
Ball didn't connect there with Michael Hamilton. Almost cleaned up by Andreasen, but a nice flick back for Louis Bolger. Federico Barrios. Barrios, the keeper for the University of Dayton. Also played with this Dayton Dutch Lions side last season. Good ball across. And nobody home for Cincinnati. Vanderploom with that last cross. There's Tate Robertson just working the offensive half there, and he's going to draw the yellow card from Cincinnati, our first card of the night.
And that's an all right foul. That's one of those fouls where you got to stop the play. Let your team get back in position.
They turn out the professional foul, correct?
I think that's the term.
That booking is number 8, Connor Rutt.
So that one against Connor Rutz. So Rutz picks up the yellow, and a restart here for Tate Robertson and Jackson Dietrich. Dietrich sends it back to the defensive half momentarily, and Jake Stovall. Slade sends it far side. More heavy contact over there. That was Vanderploom with a little message back to the Dayton side. And another minor collision near midfield. Ball sent back for Barrios. Slade plays out for Kuistra. Kuistra working with Robertson. Change of pace there for Robertson, and his connection well off the mark, looking for Cameron Bell, and that ball leaks through. Storm with a quick reversal.
Yeah, I need to get it out of danger. That'll do it.
Testy clearance there for Cincinnati, and now right back to Dayton. It's Harvey Slade in business. Good poke there for Rutz for Cincinnati, and they're able to turn. Jesse Stafford-Lacey over to Christian Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff able to work through the defense. Kuistra. Kirchhoff sent to the pitch, and whistle now against the Dayton Dutch Lions.
Yeah, a little bit of footwork there, a little bit of running around, and able to draw the foul. Good position too.
Physical intensity of this match picking up as we're into our 23rd minute. This is Stafford-Lacey, and he has it denied. Just flicked away at the top of the box. Frustrating run there. It's a good opportunity. Cincinnati formed pretty well. Michael Hamilton was on the left side.
He almost could have took that shot, but I think he was looking for one more pass.
Stafford-Lacey had some options. Slade collects over for Abdul Kuistra. Cincinnati will press forward here with Sebastian Andreasen. Stafford-Lacey. Michael Hamilton. Dietrich across, touch back quickly by Ajay. Cincinnati making it difficult for Dayton to navigate.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting through that midfield.
Robertson in space there, but surrounded by 3 Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Now a little room to operate, but the Giants going to have to reset. Cincinnati buzzing to the ball here. Here's Dietrich.
There's
Ball
the
across,
flag.
and that's offside.
Good spell of possession there for Dayton, but Cincinnati not letting them do anything with it.
Well, that was a solid defensive stretch there for Cincinnati. Good formation. Players in the lanes. And Dayton nowhere really to operate. We did not see a lot of that on Friday night. So it's great work for Kirchhoff in space. Kuistra kept it in there for Dayton. Now the ball sent across the goal line, and Wesley Storm, they have a chance to clear.
We see a little bit more of a press from Dayton. You see how far forward they are. They're not going to let Storm do one of these little short passes.
Ball flicked out. It is Dayton ball. Kuistra quickly restarts. Another long ball forward, but circling back quickly, Harvey Slade. He'll work with Barrios. Guides it around the Cincinnati pressure. Saponamua. Kirchhoff. Good touch, Stafford Lacey. And Cincinnati now with a chance. Sebastian Andreasen. Cross. That ball didn't make contact. Thought that was going to be a corner there for Cincinnati.
I think it sailed out and hit the side netting, so no chance.
Pretty good defensive angle down there by Jake Stovall for Dayton. Another long ball forward. This is Stafford Lacey. Jesse going to work there on Stovall. Able to serve out. Good strike, and that one extinguished right at the top.
That was a really good strike. He kept the ball down. That's rare when you come flying in like that.
That's Jackson Dietrich with the defense there for Dayton. As he tries to start a possession. Good turn there for Kirchhoff in Cincinnati. Hamilton pressed the issue forward. And Stovall there once again for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Dietrich swings it over. Robertson. Ball in, that header. Pretty good flick there. It's Tristan Lyle up front. And that ball just across the crossbar. A real threat there for Wesley Storm. A pretty good chip moving into that ball.
Yeah, those long headers from distance can be unpredictable. Good for Storm not to even have to try too hard as it sails over.
Again, Jake Stovall there to neutralize the Cincinnati opportunity. Ball to mid, good play there for Ajay. Gets through on a second touch. Ajay just trying to power his way forward. Solid defense here from Jordy Raymond for Cincinnati. One shot on goal for both sides. One corner for Dayton, none so far for Cincinnati. Tate Robertson collects here for Dayton. Robertson well outnumbered. He's going to wait for some help.
A little bit of a trip by the referee trying to get out of the way. That was interesting.
Dietrich forward. Trying to run in there for Cameron Bell.
So it seems like the officials are going to let this match be a little physical, just not too much, because we saw some early fouls called, but some small pushing and shoving, it looks like, is going to be fine.
And we saw Vanderploem with that big sort of body slam over there on the far side just in the early minutes of this match, and that one didn't draw attention at all from the officials. Good ball forward there. Kirchhoff got in the air. Dayton once again rallies to the ball with Jake Stovall. Stovall again, and now a Cincinnati Dutch Lion hits the pitch, and here's a whistle. It's Abdul Kouistra in the conversation.
Yeah, looks like he's going to talk to the assistant referee. No, just the player. A little bit of a warning here, you think?
That's Jake Stovall, so no card issued there to Stovall.
That's the card before the card.
The pre-card. Perhaps a lighter shade of yellow, maybe a little bit of a cornflower instead of a full yellow. That ball sent in. And once again turned away. Kouistra was there. Ajay tries to get rolling here for Dayton. Great aggressive play up by Hands. Hands going to make a run. Puts a boot on it, but well wide. You like the attitude there by Reese Hands. You mentioned it earlier. Boston out of the back doing some good work in there. Kept it in the attacking half.
Yeah, he's got a strong leg. I don't know how much his coach likes him that far forward. But, you saw him take his chance anyway.
3 times the electrolyte as your average sports drink. 30 total calories. 66
Restart here for Cincinnati, and Andreasen going to be the recipient of a quick throw in. Stafford Lacey in front, and that ball just leaks wide. Some contact there with Barrios.
Wow, a little bit of a chance. The keeper let that one go.
And Barrios shaking up there after the play.
corner kick has been called for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
They'll give the Dutch Lions, Cincinnati side, its first corner of the evening. St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine training staff onto the field to attend to Federico Barrios. Barrios is at a Cali, Columbia, Monteverde Academy High School. 6'1", he was a junior in 2018 at Dayton.
Provided by St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine. Take care of all of
1,700 minutes in this recently completed season. And at .792 save percentage, goals against was at 7-8 and a 20-15 record for the Flyers last year.
Well, that's the good news is the keeper is up, but I think this is going to be a goal kick instead of a corner.
So the initial call reversed, and now Barrios. They have a chance to put a long boot in it. This one will play short. Rutz battles for it there at mid. Won it briefly over Eric Hutton. Now another long ball in. Beautiful work there by Kirchhoff. That ball sent across. Barrios got a hand on it. Cincinnati after the rebound there with Hamilton. Dayton collects.
You know, he had a little bit more space to work with. I'd love to see him come in just a little bit more and then maybe send it to the top of the box.
Kirchhoff sent some nice runs in, and again, more physical play just to shed a defender. Almost American football style there.
I'll tell you what, for a 0-0 game, I'm shocked at how it's already the 33rd minute. I feel
Right.
like we started 5 minutes ago.
Right. It's been great pace. We've seen a few whistles, but nothing's really held up play. Abdul Kouistra across. This ball intercepted by Connor Rutz. Rutz off the left side for Hamilton. Barrios out for an aggressive save, and then a score for Cincinnati off the rebound. Connor Rutz knocks it home, and Rutz with a backflip on the goal line to celebrate here as Cincinnati takes a 1-0 lead in the 34th minute. Beautiful work there by Rutz, and he's rewarded. He started that run, earned the rebound, and knocked it home.
Absolutely great play. You know, that's why you commit. If the first goal doesn't go in, the rest of the team needs to keep running in and wait for that second chance, and a second chance goal. That's exactly what that was for Connor Rutz.
So Cincinnati rewarded for its aggressive play forward. Finally, took them to the 34th minute, but nice play there by Connor Rutz to put Cincinnati on top.
Kind of a cool celebration by the guys too. The photographer happened to be on that side of the field, and they all stopped and took a pose. Almost the whole team got in that shot.
So Dayton will reset. Dayton Dutch Lions were the aggressor early, in Cincinnati countering well. Connor Rutz turned a turnover there into that run, and almost a quick answer. Jackson Dietrich didn't miss by much. Wesley Storm reached out there on the far post.
Yeah, that's careful. Right after you score, you have to be extra, extra careful. I mean, I can't tell you how many soccer games I've seen, Mike, where it's immediately responded when you're coming off that high and you let your guard down.
Wesley Storm. Cincinnati a chance to catch its breath a bit. A chance to form here. Ball in space knocked away nicely there by Louis Bolger. Cincinnati resets here at mid. Another good play forward there for Kirchhoff, and he'll earn the whistle. Putting some miles here tonight on this international size pitch at Northern Kentucky University.
Yeah, I gotta like the aggressive play from Cincinnati tonight. Really putting the pedal to the metal, especially in the first half.
So over the ball, Jesse Stafford Lacey. Good ball to the far post, and Barrios rose out of the crowd to punch that out. Quick reset here for the home side. That ball in the air. Contact on Michael Hamilton.
An attempted bicycle kick. No car.
And no whistle, we play on.
Those bicycles are beautiful when they land, but man, they're awkward when they don't.
Cameron Bell in space here for Cincinnati. Make it Dayton, excuse me. Now whistle. That was Connor Rutz down on the pitch for Cincinnati, shaking up a bit. It'll take a little extra time to shake off that contact, but now a great chance to answer here for Dayton. So we saw aerial contact at one end, no call, albeit some hard contact there, but this one draws the whistle and a chance here for Dayton. Tate Robertson over the ball.
Yeah, very good spot for Dayton. It's going to be up to Cincinnati's wall and line to hold this off.
Ball set on right to Wesley Storm. Strike there by Jackson Dietrich.
No problem, Storm says.
One sent right away. Maybe more than 6 foot. That ball sent right to his chest. Saw that one all the way. Banamoa played it out. And now Dayton will reset with Abdul Kuistra. Kuistra, long left foot, trying to get Ajay a chance at forward. Possession will stay with Dayton. Cameron Bell restarts with the throw-in. Tristan Lyle there to try to play for Dayton. Knocked it out. Again, Cincinnati aggressive to the ball. That time with Vanderploom. Almost a chance there for Robertson. Sapanamoa able to cycle it out. Slade plays back. Pressure there from Sebastian Andreasen for Cincinnati. And Barrios sends that clearance too long. Couldn't connect, and it right back to the home side. 40th minute here at the Northern Kentucky University Soccer Complex. Mike Schmaltz, Boston Brazel with you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Sunday evening soccer, little derby between Dayton and Cincinnati. Kirchhoff depossessed and Tate Robertson in space. Leaves it off for Jackson Dietrich. Cameron Bell couldn't connect. Chance for Stafford Lacey to organize the Cincinnati Dutch Lions. Attacking half for Michael Hamilton. Ball sent right back, and Storm. Bit of a miss hit there. That ball's going to come back to Dayton in the attacking half. Ajay sends it across and well long. No threat there.
Yeah, Dayton's looking to equalize before the half, and that makes the second half a little bit easier. Time's a ticking now.
42nd minute. Cincinnati hanging on to a one-goal lead thanks to Connor Rutz. Rutz got a turnover, started a nice transition for Cincinnati. Earned his goal off a rebound. So here's Wesley Storm set to clear for Cincinnati. Dietrich tried to win in the air there for Dayton, couldn't get it done. Stafford Lacey able to press it deep into Cincinnati's attacking zone, and Hamilton a little pressure there on Barrios. Ball out off Dayton's Cameron Bell and reset for Cincinnati. Sapanamoa. Bell with the first touch. Hamilton back, ball in space. Dayton takes the initiative, and now Cameron Bell right around the slide challenge of Sapanamoa, and Bell carries in. Ball across, great neutralization, good position there for Cincinnati defensively. Looks like Rutt's getting back there.
That's one of those balls that you're more than happy to give him a corner on. Coming in hot like that, just get it out.
It's a dangerous chance. Good move there by Bell just to get around the strong challenge there from Sapanamoa to set that up for Dayton. And now the second corner of the night for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Low ball across. Set quickly out, but Dayton will keep it in its attacking half. Tristan Lau control.
Great block.
That's Andreasen for Cincinnati. Andreasen forcing the issue. Ball going to roll forward to Barrios, and now he'll try to play out with the feet.
A little risky, but worked
Interesting
out.
choice. Little 1v1 there. Keeper on forward, and keeper with a little roll reversal. Plays it out.
Yeah, anytime a keeper walks outside that box, your eyebrows go up.
Some contact there at mid. That's a good call there as Cameron Bell got a little too much of the kit of Connor Rutz.
House of Warren Sports Bar and Grill located at 5th and Johnson in Dayton. Great party spots to watch FC Cincinnati and this summer's World Cup. Over 40 60-inch TVs. You can find us on Facebook at House of Warren Covington or Twitter at
45th minute now. Cincinnati protecting the 1-0 lead.
official sports bar of the Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
Another long ball out. Cincinnati manufacture a chance here. Andreasen back for Barrios, and again he's out there in some tentative waters, well off the line.
Yeah, if Cincinnati can catch him out of position, if he keeps doing that, they'll net one.
Jackson Dietrich able to contain there for Dayton and start this. Eric Hutton tries to work out of the back half. Stovall sends it forward. Another misconnection here for Cameron Bell. 7 seconds. Cincinnati with a run. Chance here. Beautiful work on the ground by Vanderploom. Check that, make that Kirchhoff on that run.
Looks like they're throwing another 2 minutes of extra time in.
So Rutz will force the issue here now with a little extra time to operate. Kirchhoff again forward. Turn for Andreasen, and
Looking for the run.
little miscommunication there as Michael Hamilton did not start forward. Good spin there by Andreasen, got it to space. Cameron Bell for Dayton. Ball denied there by Stafford Lacey.
Very important here for Cincinnati just to hold off just a couple more minutes.
This is Robertson in. Robertson had it flicked away.
That's a good move by Storm. Just get it as far away from you as possible.
Andreasen there to pressure. Stovall able to knock it out. And Cincinnati not in any hurry here.
Looks like the referee trying to hurry things along a
Still
little
a
bit.
good chance here to attack with whatever's remaining in our first half. Now we'll reach the midpoint, and Cincinnati will take a 1-0 lead into the break. Connor Rutz delivers off a rebound at the 34th minute. That held up through the end of the period. Cincinnati, Boston tonight a bit more aggressive than we saw on Friday, and it's paying off.
Absolutely. Cincinnati looks like a whole different team, and I think that enthusiasm and everything they were missing on that Friday game is they brought into this match, and you see it going into the half with the 1-0 lead.
Good pace for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions FC. They lead 1-0 over the arch rival Dayton Dutch Lions. We'll take a break, be back with the second half right here at cdlfc.com, Twitter and Facebook at Cincinnati Soccer Talk.
If you or your organization is interested in handling Cincinnati Dutch Lions equipment and sports, you can come in at info@cdlfc.com. staff of qualified coaches, college players, and former professionals to provide soccer skills for all ages and abilities. We'd say today was what's happening throughout the league and USL League 2 conference at the new USLLeague2.com. Download the USL League 2 mobile app today and keep track of your favorite teams.
I only got 2.
You can become a fan of USL and USL League 2 on Facebook. Visit Facebook.com/USL League 2 for exclusive league moments and interactive content. You can follow @USL League 2 on Twitter to become a League 2 insider. Join club conversations and fresh notable alumni through their pro careers. We'll turn our attention now to midfield as the ball hawks are competing for the game 1-2 jerseys being given away by the best man. And the last shot's going to be a tough shot tonight. Looks like the winner of a new Vuvuzela, number 60. Let's give it a round of applause. Select is the official ball sponsor of USL and USL League 2. Select is a proud sponsor of the League 2. You can follow them at selectsportamerica.com. I'd also like to thank another one of our sponsors, Capelli. Capelli is a proud sponsor of USL League 2. You can follow @Capelli Sport on Twitter for all the latest Capelli Sport information. Dutch Lions fans, St. Elizabeth is right here to provide world-class sports medicine and orthopedic care. Providing personalized care to address your twists, tweaks, sprains, or warts. St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine is right here to get you healthy and back to your best. Visit stelizabeth.com/sports to schedule an appointment.
Mike Schmaltz, Boston Brazel back with you for USL2 Soccer. Cincinnati Dutch Lions FC holding a 1-0 advantage over the Dayton Dutch Lions FC as we start our second 45. The goal for Cincinnati in the 34th minute was Connor Rutz's off a rebound. Rutz had 2 goals last season for Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
Yeah, absolutely great rebound off Michael Hamilton's original strike, and that's just one of those goals where you commit to continue playing forward even though the goalie might save it and you're rewarded.
Rutz started that run for Hamilton with a turnover, so was able to pass it off. Hamilton with a great strike and big rebound, cleaned up by Connor Rutz. Cincinnati aggressive again here to start the second. Christian Kirchhoff has had a great start to this game. Continued there with some nice pressure. Paul Nicholson once again the head coach for CDLFC. Brandon Ponchak, Terry Nickel, Jack Hermans, Arturo Rodriguez, Joseph Furry, the assistants.
It's always good to see a head coach get in his second year. You know, you never know what to expect your first year, and now he's got a little bit of training under him. Knows what he's had a lot of these guys before, and can build on that first season.
Ball sent out off an attack here by Dayton. Tate Robertson gets forward. Robertson had 6 goals in the league last season. He's on the best 11 USL2 team last year. Cincinnati's done a pretty good job with him tonight. Jackson Dietrich set to bring it in. Dietrich from Wright State University. Had a 4-goal season last year, 20 points. Ball headed out by Connor Rutz. Andreasen after it for Cincinnati. It's a good cross there and great footwork there by Jai, but nobody home for Dayton on the other side of the box.
Oh, it's got to be frustrating when you send a cross in that beautiful. Nobody's there.
Especially after the great work that he did to maintain possession and steer it around. Andreasen over there. Andreasen with a touch forward. Jake Stovall able to take over for Dayton. Change also in the Dayton goal here to start the second. It's Albert Reinhardt out in goal. So Federico Barrios went the first 45. You can see Barrios get shaken up a bit with some contact. So he made some aggressive plays away from his 8-yard box out in space. Third quarter of the night coming up here for Dayton.
They've looked pretty good on the previous 2.
Ball served middle of the box and headed out. Good collection up there for Robertson, and then right on the mark again, Christian Kirchhoff is having a great night for Cincinnati.
Very good block. They're not clearing free yet.
Another corner.
Another corner.
This is Jackson Dietrich again. Dietrich had 12 assists last season for Wright State. Another left footer, another strong delivery, and Storm able just to pick it off the top of the head like a giant in there again for Dayton. It was, and Wesley Storm in there at 6'3", just pulled that ball right off the top of the header attempt. Reinhardt with a dangerous clear out. Cincinnati trying to make quick work of this. Kirchhoff again. This time Dayton able to collect and send out. Jackson Dietrich. Ball flicked out by Connor Rutz. Rutz again interrupts a combination play for Dayton. Good long service and a good run here for Jesse Stafford-Lacey.
Flag stays down.
Lacey stays in. Good slide on the return, and Lacey able to fight through Reinhardt. And the sliding defender, Harvey Slade, and knock it home. Cincinnati, a 2-0 lead on great effort by Jesse Stafford-Lacey.
What a walk-in. Just a walk in the park right there. Dribble around one, dribble into the net.
So Jesse Stafford-Lacey registers for Cincinnati in the 52nd. Lacey, one of the Evansville aces here on this CDLFC side. So a couple of good goals tonight based on just straightforward effort. Stafford-Lacey last season, a 2018 second team All-MVC selection out of Evansville. 19 matches, started 18 of them. 3 goals last year for the Evansville Aces on the collegiate ranks, and gets Cincinnati some insurance here tonight over its arch rival Dayton. First meeting back in May was a 1-1 draw between these two sides. Jake Erlinson going to come on defensively now for Dayton. It's the first substitution of the night. During the run of play for the Dayton Dutch Lions. John looking to get Dayton restarted here. Ball poked out by Stafford-Lacey. Played back for Wesley Storm off the foot of Reese Hance. Here's Connor Rutz again in space. Cincinnati tries to form here in the 54th.
Well, Dayton's not settling down yet. We have a shot and saved by Storm.
Good work there
Just
by
like that.
Wesley Storm. As Dayton tries to counter. Cincinnati now with the cushion in the 55th.
Yeah. Just when you think a team might be out of it, they come roaring right back in.
Well, there's enough potential on the front line for Dayton to really keep them around in short order. They can score quickly. And enough speed up front as well. Zion Gray onto the pitch now for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Also out there, Sam DeRoy, who opened up this second half for the visiting side. Reese Haynes directs traffic. Ball touchdown. It'll be Dayton possession. Headed there for Vanderploom. Dayton able to recover and now starts the attack. Cam Rebel in space at mid. Great played back. Now Dayton forward and pressing the issue with Jackson Dietrich, and Dietrich with some contact. Picks up the yellow card. Second to Cincinnati tonight. So that one against Nathan Heap for Cincinnati, the defender. So a good restart opportunity here in space. Dietrich sends it far side. Third touch, strike well wide.
And they'll get a corner off a deflection. Not a bad result on a low percentage shot.
Ball was sent through some significant traffic. Third corner of the night here for Dayton. Good service in. Possession still in doubt. Dietrich stands up. Ball knocked down nicely there by Nathan Heath. In space, Tate Robertson tries to softly serve Cameron Bell forward, and Bell did not see that service coming. Possession back to Cincinnati. Reese Haynes controls here on the clearance attempt. Remote sent it out. Here's Stafford Lacey. One of the two goals here tonight for the Dutch Lions. Ball touchdown at mid. So Panamoa with the throw-in restart here for Cincinnati. He'll gain a touch on the return. Ramon forward. Ball picked up in space there by Jonas Feldsberg. Run for Dietrich cut off, but Dietrich going to press the issue there with Wesley Storm. Storm able to guide it around him, but Ramon absolutely able to make the play, settle it down for Cincinnati. Trying to clear it out of the back half. Solid organization here as they get it to mid. Hands a good ball forward. In space, this is Michael Hamilton. He'll send it on, and that ball guided over the crossbar. Saw that action at the back of the net and thought Michael Hamilton had scored from distance.
I think the fans thought so too. We saw some cheering.
But a good job there by Albert Reinhardt to guide that one over the crossbar.
Well, Hamilton wants his own tonight. He almost had one earlier. Rutz ended up with it. He's looking for that third goal, or his first.
Hamilton solid season with Saginaw Valley State last year. 8 goals, 5 assists. picked up his first here of the summer here with Cincinnati. So Cincinnati continuing to manufacture opportunities. Much more solid defensive night here for the Cincinnati side than we saw on Friday. Of course, Chicago United FC in first place in the division.
And we have our first substitution of the match, it looks like.
Charlie Majeski in for Cincinnati. Good restart across there for Vanderploom. Rebound, shot in front. It's Kirchhoff on the rebound. Dayton able to collect with Reinhardt. Sam DeRoy plays it out of the back half for Dayton. Cincinnati again solid near midfield. Christian Kirchhoff. Zion Gray has a touchdown. Quick restart. On the mark right there, Michael Hamilton for Cincinnati. Vanderploom poked it forward. Collected again by Jackson Dietrich. Dietrich's been everywhere tonight for the Dayton side. Boring in on a pretty good run there from the far side. Sapanamoa over there with Ramon cut it off for Cincinnati. They're going to call that a corner here for the Dayton side.
We see a little bit more sense of urgency from Dayton after that second Cincinnati goal. They know they have quite the hill to overcome, and they're definitely laying on the pressure.
Good opportunity to manufacture a chance here. Service far side, punched away. Dayton quickly up to collect, reorganize. Harvey sent it back in, and Cameron Bell hit his middle of his back and out. They will say it's a corner again for Dayton. This will be the fourth of the night for the Dayton side. Zion Gray over to take it. Another low liner, that one dangerous. Almost a goal there, better contact. That was Jackson Dietrich in the air. That ball was a half a bounce away from going home to cut this lead in half, but Cincinnati maintains its 2-0 advantage. Big contact there, and that was Sam DeRoy in the air for Dayton. I see a little frustration there with Cincinnati. Nathan Heath just with his hands in the air, and they will give the card now to DeRoy.
Yeah, the fans really getting in this match now, wanting to hold on to that 2-0 lead.
DeRoy got a big run there and just leapt into the air after that ball and contact right to Nathan Heath. So DeRoy picks up the yellow for Dayton. Cincinnati will start on its attacking half. Good left footer. Ball chipped in. There's Andreasen up top. Reinhardt able to collect here for Dayton. Zach Busher to mid for Dayton. They'll reverse it back. Ramon there. Cut off the service to Robertson. But a quick restart here for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Panamoa there defensively for Cincinnati. Ramon, a dangerous chance in the air. DeRoy is after it here for Dayton.
Yeah, he was definitely looking to boot that ball out, but it just got cut up.
Vanderploom got a head on it here for Cincinnati. Got it out of trouble for the moment. This is Zion Gray in for Dayton. Good reversal, great defensive effort there for Michael Hamilton. Quick restart, Dietrich. Hamilton there again for Cincinnati. Knocks it out into space. And a chance to clear here. So Hamilton, big sequence. Running forward, Charlie Majeski. Majeski has it poked away. Dayton on the counter. Cameron Bell, Gray, good combination game. Didn't result in anything forward, however. Bell works his way through traffic. Bell is service forward. They call it offside. Almost a 1v1 opportunity there. Tate Robertson turned away. Two of the best in the USL, two there. Tate Robertson, one of the premier scorers, and Wesley Storm, a great keeper. Would have been nice to see that matchup.
Certainly would.
Maybe we could set that up for a little post-game exhibition. Tenjai Jarira back on for Cincinnati.
Yeah, he's had himself quite a season, being very influential on the ball. Didn't exactly have the greatest match for Chicago, but has done pretty well before that game.
Yeah, it's great speed on the wings. This ball flick forward, Majeski after it for Cincinnati. Just knocked away there by Jake Erlinson.
I think Cincinnati's playing some pretty good defense tonight. They're not exactly a packet-end defense. They prefer to have an offensive defense.
Here comes Jarira. A chance to show the speed. Tenjai Jarira, University of Northwestern Ohio, sends a spinner on. It's on the side of the net. Not much of a threat there, but Reinhardt able to clean it up, and Dayton tries to make a transition opportunity.
Looks like a pulled muscle or something on that stop for Cincy.
Panamoa over to defend. Ball lofted in. Cameron Bell got a head on it, but well off the mark.
I think you're going to see Yedlin down here.
That does look like Vanderploom. We saw some cramps on Friday night. Remember, it is summer here in Cincinnati. Hydration always important.
Certainly is, and though it's misleading because it's a clear and rainy day, it still gets pretty warm and humid here in northern Kentucky.
That reminds us, Boston, that water sometimes just isn't enough. 30 drink is sweetened with plant-based sweeteners. It's stevia, monk fruit, and real sugar, offering you a healthier alternative. 3 times the electrolytes for your average sports drink. 30 total calories, 66% less sugar. Made in Ohio, drink 30. I'll make sure that Vanderploom gets some 30 when he comes off. tough on the training front here, especially in these conditions. So, 2 matches in 3 days, and often some of the college conference schedules will mirror that pattern.
Once again, we'd like to thank our athletic training crew from St. Elizabeth
Medicine crew been a bit busy here tonight. They'll deal with the cramps on the sideline. As Jorge Ginevart checks in for Cincinnati.
Jorge Winogard. And number 15, Sean McKenna.
Sean McKenna also on. We're back to it here in the 71st minute, and Cincinnati protecting its 2-0 lead. 52nd minute from Jesse Stafford Lacey. Connor Rutz in the 34th.
Cincinnati doing really well to switch the field.
Some fresh legs on for the home side as well. See if that can translate into some opportunity.
This is what you like seeing, a little bit of possession, just to tick those minutes off the clock.
Guinevart forward looking for Jarira. That effort derailed, and DeRoy with a chance to clear here for Dayton.
Yeah, and even though that didn't come into anything, it still was, a whole minute that was gone, and that's great from Cincinnati. No need to force anything when you've got a 2-0 lead.
Another strong run in, and Dayton looks for the whistle. Stone with a good boot out of the back. Nobody home at mid except Zion Gray for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Guerrero taking on Gray. Late whistle will keep it with Cincinnati. Hands over to Guinevart for Ramon. Ramon a bit of a mishandle, now collects. Tate Robertson there to pressure. Also with Dietrich. Long ball in for Cincinnati in a battle on the goal line will bring it back to Dayton. '75th minute now. And Albert Reinhardt. Dayton tries to form great work again at mid for Cincinnati. Connor Rutz gets in the defensive conversation. Leaks it back here for Wesley Storm. Jarira, good reception at mid. Works there with Majeski. He tried to play forward, that effort cut off. Tate Robertson now gets entangled. Takedown.
Went ahead and tried to run through him there. That'll be a foul.
2 points to Ramon if you're wrestling. Harvey Slade plays forward. Zion Gray had space, trying to make a nice connection. Ball deflected away. Controlled here by Guinevere. Good defensive play by Cincinnati to start this from Nathan Heath. Hamilton with room to operate on that far side. And they'll slide it back. Reverse field with hands. Now to Heath. Forward for Jarira. It's around Gray. Jarira with a service. Didn't get much on it. Lightly struck. And a clean up here for Reinhardt. Set long and a little tentative there for Cincinnati. Wesley Storm with the height able to beat Robertson, but only give Robertson an opportunity in the open field.
Yeah, it seemed like a little too much risk for being up 2 goals, but worked all out.
Good ball forward here by Heath. Trying to set up Andreasen and run cut off. Quick restart. Dayton still with some time, but hasn't manufactured much of a quality chance in the last segment. Here's Robertson going to work.
Good deflection.
Beautiful work on the far side. Cleaned up there by Raymond.
Might
Now
have a
forward
bit of
for
a chance.
Cincinnati. Had Nathan Heath here on the near side. In space. Didn't find him directly. Now they get it to him. Off the foot of Majeski. Good cross. Ball in the air. The header. Cleaned up nicely there by Reinhardt. Good combination there for Cincinnati. Unrewarded.
Yeah, absolutely perfect play, but header wasn't strong enough. I think this is going to be a handball. Looks like a yellow card came out there as well.
So a card and a foul. As the entering builds here in the 80th minute. So Jordy Ramon picks up the yellow card for Cincinnati.
Attendance for this evening is 203. I want to thank all of you on this beautiful night of soccer for coming out, supporting your Cincinnati Dutch Lions.
Gabrielle Penn onto the pitch for Dayton.
Checking into the game for the Dayton Dutch Lions, number 19, Gabrielle Penn.
Jack Erlinson sends it in here for the Dayton side. Good work in space and almost an opportunity there right off the bench for Gabrielle Pugh.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just two defenders right next to him. Really hard to put that exactly in perfect position, and you saw that header take a bad bounce because of that.
So there's the quality chance the Dayton Dutch Lions were seeking. Didn't convert. Cincinnati sends Azad Liadi on. Ball sent long out to mid, and that overshot Nathan Heath. Cincinnati will retain possession. 81st minute. Both teams deep into their reserves here this evening. Cincinnati took the 2-0 lead. The insurance goal at 52 minutes, ended by Jesse Stanford Lacey. Connor Rutz made the first strike of the night for Cincinnati. Off a rebound, very strong strike from Hamilton. Connor Rutz cleaned it up and knocked it home. Still some work to do here for Cincinnati to protect, and for Dayton trying to whittle away on this 2-goal lead. Good turn in space. This is Liadi. That ball poked away. His connection there for Robertson. Pune after it for Dayton. Able to deflect out. Another combination broken up, and Ramon will carry out of the back. Carrera back. Nathan Heath at mid. Majeski with the touch. Cincinnati with the luxury to be patient. Wait for its best opportunity. Grinding clock here as they send it back to Wesley Storm. Now over to Reese Hans. Carrera right there. DeRoy sends it forward for Dayton. And Pune couldn't control. This ball is going to be lofted into the stands. Little excitement here for an energetic crowd on hand here tonight. Beautiful night for soccer in Northern Kentucky. The USL2 Path to Pro leads through Highland Heights today. Cincinnati with a 2-0 lead over its northern rival Dayton.
Yeah, and it's one that still has a lot to play out. This is only the first match that counts out of 3, and so we'll see him again 2 more times.
It was 1-1 back in May between these two sides.
Yeah, I think that was a friendly and more than an official match.
Foster, there's not a whole lot between Dayton and Cincinnati when it gets down to sports rivalries. It gets friendly. So it's unique to that portion of it.
Oh, you're right about that.
Because as I mentioned earlier, everybody, and I mean everybody, loves beating Dayton. And Cincinnati with a chance to do it tonight. Pick up a couple of points at home, and important stretch here for Cincinnati. Just 2 home matches remain after tonight. Zion Gray forward. This is Dietrich. Sends it back, and Ramon there again. Ramon's had a nice night in the defensive backfield for Cincinnati. Kirchhoff's had a great night on both ends of the pitch.
Yeah, Cincinnati's back line really the whole second half performing very well, considering Dayton's turned it up and Cincinnati's chosen to be more defensive to hold their lead.
This is Zion Gray. Gray with a good centering, and again Ramon there. He's trying to lead Tate Robertson into space, and Cincinnati's closing the door. Jordy Ramon's been to the point the last 2 crosses. But there are 2 or 3 Dutch lions around the ball at the service point. That's going to make Paul Nicholson happy. Ball sent in, directly back out, and there's Ramon again. Dietrich handles. Good ball to the far side. Nobody home there for Dayton. Sean McKenna there defensively for Cincinnati. He continues to work out front. Getting some help over there from Michael Hamilton as well. McKenna knocks it out. McKenna on the spot again. And this time I believe it's going to go back to Cincinnati. So Dayton has tried it from both sides of the pitch. Near side, far side, center. And they have been thwarted here in this second half quite consistently and efficiently by the Cincinnati back line. And David Lozano comes on now for Cincinnati.
Saw some big cheers from the crowd there. Thank you.
So Dayton back to the attack in the 88th. Ball sent in. DeRoy was offside, and Cincinnati will have a chance to clear. Bit of a tough break there for DeRoy. That ball hit him in the back foot.
You can see Dayton moving a little more sluggish now. I think they realize the clock's where it is, and
it's that last defensive series, 3 straight attacks by Dayton, all turned away, and that might have beaten the spirit a bit out of the visiting side. Good ball out there by Ginevart. Carrera pushes the issue forward. Liotti. Now some chance to operate in space as Tate Robertson has some room. Robertson poked away again. That was Ramon. Majeski carries across for Cincinnati. Works with Liotti. Now for Lozano. Lozano a chance. Couldn't find Liotti. Dietrich back to base. Gorgeous work defensively. That was Ginevart. Long ball across here for Jiraiya.
he got a little space, but I think he chose to hold it up.
90th minute now. May see a bit of stoppage time. We did have a stop for the cramps a little bit earlier in this half. Majeski, solid challenge there, and won nicely by Jake Erlinson for Dayton. And now contact here in mid is Tenjai Jarira. It's in a big collision with Jackson Dietrich.
fracture there for sure.
We will have some time put on the clock. Cincinnati will have to wait for its third victory of this young season. About to the midway point now of the campaign. This ball turned over. Gabriel Poon, and then that ball popped up into the air. So even on a great opportunity, Cincinnati able to recover. That was Lozano getting back and getting low to deflect that shot up into the air. Now more contact there as DeRoy gets into a tangle. So we've learned they've added 5 minutes on to the end of the match here in the second.
So they're giving a lot of time for that cramp that happened earlier. So I don't know much else that happened.
7 extra minutes total tonight. 2 in the first, 5 now here in the second. So we'll continue to play on. See how aggressive Cincinnati will be here. This is Liotti. Liotti with a good turn. Trying to find room off the goal line and doesn't get any help. Header there for Reese Hands, and with momentum. Frustration building here for Dayton. Another long ball in. Again, touch back to Storm and a quick clearance. DeRoy's long throw. Ramon there for Cincinnati. Zion Gray works. And now Gray tripped up. And now the lightest contact drawing whistles. Busy night here for our crew. Matthew Fotia, Kevin Ficker, Hagen Kurd, and our fourth official, Nabil Bensala. So a free kick here for Jackson Dietrich. We're in the closing moments. Good delivery inside, and again, Cincinnati able to wall up, knock it out. Majeski, Lozano there in the middle of the defense. That turns into a corner opportunity. That ball headed out in traffic. Dietrich going to send it right back in, and a header. That ball to the side of the net. And that was Dayton's first goal. So it looked like Gabriel Poon got it off the header. Just saw that ball trickle into the back of the net.
Yeah, it was
any immediate signal there for Dayton, and saw Poon pretty emphatically pull that out of the hands of Wesley Storm and take it back to center.
You know, I know Cincinnati might walk away with the match, the winner, but when it comes to this rivalry, there is a cut between the two teams. That one away goal, you know, could come back to bite later.
Career depossessed.
Dayton, of course, they look like they're playing for that second goal.
Well,
they're still trying to get a point out of this match.
Give them credit for that effort. We don't know how much of the 5 minutes is remaining. But Dayton certainly trying to get as much as they can out of it. Now we'll have a chance to clear here. Robertson forward. Cincinnati there to deny. Schreier tried to turn, and finally time will expire. So a very interesting close to this match as Dayton picked up a goal in the 94th. But Cincinnati comes away tonight with a 2-1 victory over the Dayton Dutch Lions FC. So Cincinnati to 3-2-2, Dayton now to 2-3-1. Good night tonight for Cincinnati, both defensively, a little more aggressive offensively with some different sets on the field tonight.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal bounce back for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions as they still are able to pick up 3 points on the 6-point swing weekend, and really good response. I feel like, you know, that unfortunate to let Dayton score one right at the end, but that sometimes happens, and it's still a 3-point division match.
So Cincinnati makes a statement inside the division. Good victory, solid victory over the Dayton Dutch Lions FC. And Cincinnati now to 3-2-2 on the campaign. Dayton to 2-3-1. So for Boston Breslin, I'm Mike Schmaltz. And for our NKU crew here tonight, thanks for joining us. We'll see you back next time for Cincinnati Dutch Lions Soccer.